Lovely. Great to be back with you all. Shiv here. First and final part. We're going super well. It's chilly. It's there's a crispness in the air. It's a beautiful time. Autumn is a magnificent time, and we're tackling some certain good topics here too. What I'll say is, in the journey of wellness, I want to encourage people to um, invest in themselves in terms of take a good long walk. There's a power in a good long walk. Many studies show that your cortisol levels are normalized. Your cells seem to be in a refreshed state. Your heart rate accelerates at a very sustainable way. And most importantly, a good long walk is the most surefire way to burn excess fat. So you're not using carbs or energy that's readily present. It's actually going for the stored fat that your body holds, and it burns it in an efficient way. And there's something wonderful about taking a good long walk. I mean, I can really attest for it. This is where you can listen to your podcast. This is where you can listen to some really melodic and soothing music. This is where you can pump yourself up as well. You can listen to, I guess, something that's more pressing and motivational or faster tempo music. But really, what it boils down to is that effect of putting one foot in front of the other. There's something very therapeutic about it. It's super good for those living in an urban setting who, have pressure filled and a time sensitive life. You need to take that 1 hour, that 1 hour 15 minutes to do a few laps of the river, or do a few laps of the park that's near you. It needs to be that kind of setting where you're semi close to nature. It can't just be a concrete setting. You can do that if that's all you have. Then yeah, you can do that. You can just pound the pavement, walk at a semi brisk pace. You're not going to be power walking. We're not asking you to do a very very fast walk, but just a walk at just above average pace. You're just beyond your normal walking stride. One foot after the other. Every journey, every great journey, it starts with the first step, and then from there you put one in front of the other. You string along steps. There is something therapeutic and very powerful in that. And I'll say that this will also help to give you that freshness, that feeling of freshness in terms of, there's times where people have that mental fog that can come about, and that that haze over the clarity. You're not thinking you're thinking your most clear way. But after a good long walk, you'll have your best thinking as well. It gives your brain a chance to really dissect and really process things in a way that um, is subconscious. Like you'll find that things just click together sometimes. So you might have something on the top of your mind. It might be something like very numerical, or it might be something very complex. But you'll find that on your walk, you'll be listening to something, and then it'll just click. It'll come to you. It's just a way that perhaps neurons are firing and connecting, and then when you have that kinetic energy in your walk, there's something in the body that just puts it all together nicely. So yeah, that's my attestation for the power of a good long walk. I think anybody and everyone should partake in that. Go out and find yourself a nice little park, or the best one is to walk near the harbor if you've got a harbor near you, or around the lake, and just enjoy that. Get into it. Only good things can come from that. Yes, indeed. Lovely, lovely. So, aside from the power of a good long walk, I just want to actually give a little bit of my take on celebrity culture. I think that we need to get away from, especially at this moment in time, we've got the Diddy trial happening in America. We need to get away from this idol worship that occurs with putting people on a pedestal who don't deserve to be on a pedestal. We have so many people who, you know, they're idolized as godlike figures. What do you do? Like, these guys act in movies, they sing songs. We should not be idolizing them and putting them on a pedestal. They haven't earned that level of adulation, that level of respect, that level of sheer admiration that people in Western society especially give them. We need to fall away from that. You know, in ancient Roman times, those who were entertainers, they lived very humble lives. These were people who were not on a pedestal at all. They were there for the entertainment of those who were respected and those who were admired. But the tables have turned so much. Here we are giving unimaginable wealth. We're giving carte blanche to act the way that you want to be and act anyhow with no consequences. How does someone like Diddy go for a whole lifetime of being predatory and being abusive to young women and men alike? Like, how? Like, there should have been check marks in place to stop this kind of thing happening. Like, I feel like the celebrity culture that occurs in America is so far gone. It's so out of hand that just because you're considered a VIP, you get access to do whatever you want in your hotel room. You can do shady and awful stuff to whoever you want because you can pay them off. And we need to stop giving them unimaginable wealth in the first place. We need to stop giving them this idol worship that they feed off of and kind of become dependent on. And they start to, feel their oats. They start to think, hey, I am a god. I am a god. People are worshiping me out there. And we need to get away from that. And this is something that's a very, close to my heart topic. I don't get it. I don't think that we are having the right instincts there. We need to get away from, oh, he made an awesome song. He's my hero. No, please stop that. Where are your brains? As my grandmother used to say in her own way, where are your brains? This is silly talk. This is foolish behavior. Stop idolizing these people. They're only singing songs. Stop idolizing these people. He's playing the part of someone in a movie. Stop idolizing these people. They're only, just fooling around. They laugh themselves silly at the idea that there's people who are idolizing them for doing such little work. They are not our best and brightest. They are not the best of society. We have elevated them for no reason, and we need to get away from that. And it needs to be said. Somebody needs to come out and speak it into existence, put it out there into the universe, and I'm going to go out and do that. Stop worshiping these people who are in entertainment. Stop worshiping people who are just singing songs or throwing a ball around a park and or shooting a ball in a hoop. Like, I love sports. Sports have an immense impact in terms of your sociability, in terms of your the skills that you learn as being part of a team. But I don't sit here and I don't worship people who shoot a ball into a hoop for a living, and I don't sit here and I don't fawn over people who are kicking a ball in a park. At the end of the day, most football is that. Yeah, there's goodness in seeing sports. There's a camaraderie you get when you sit with your mates and you're having a cold beverage and you're watching the sports. It's something awesome and it's good. But we have to draw the line at, oh, that guy plays the sport really well. Wow, he's a hero. He's not a hero. Trust me on that. He's not a hero. He's not doing anything special. He's playing a child's game. He's playing a child's game that many 12-year-olds around the world are playing. We need to get away from worshipping them. Society in the West has gone too far in that aspect. And I want to have a semi-hot take and say that we need to stop that. It's not a hot take at all. This is a common sense take. But we've lost some common sense. And I'm here to bring it back. So hear me out on that. Do not worship and do not adulate those who are only in the performing arts or in sports. These people aren't our best and brightest. They happen to have a little talent and a little bit of hard work in magnifying their talent, but these are not the ones that are worthy of demigod status. We need to get away from that. And that's what I wanted to say on this. And I do want to mention as well, I appreciate the work of Premier Chris Minns in New South Wales for unveiling a few new strategies for tackling the immense housing crisis that is plagued New South Wales in particular, but also all over Australia. I mean, it's no secret, in Sydney alone, the boundaries of the city keep expanding and expanding. It's a very sprawling city. I don't know if you've ever tried to go from all the way from the North Shore down to Campbelltown, for example. That's a hectic and very, very tedious trip, if I can say so. Whether you're driving down or whether you're taking the public transport, that is at least a couple hours. It's a very, you need the patience of a monk, the likes of which I met in the Himalayas in February and March. So what we need to do is we need to have higher density housing, and we just need to frankly just peg housing prices and bring them down a little bit, bring them back down to actual valuation set by a valuer. If a valuer has a very prescribed set of criteria in valuating a property, there's a price per square meter that can be given in terms of the quality of the build, the quality of the finishing, and obviously in the location, etc. But what's happened is, even if you have like a baseline in terms of, this property should be valued as 700,000, the market price is being reached at an equilibrium dictated by the fact that the supply is so low. So people are paying for a house that should be fairly valued at 700,000. People are paying happily 1.8 million, 1.85 million, 1.9 million. We just can't keep that as a sustainable trend. We just can't be keeping on trying to make people millionaires for things that just aren't worth millions. And we need to get away from this. And Chris Minns, I posted on his LinkedIn something about addressing this topic. I said we should have the internal fortitude to go out and actually tackle the hard topics and not just smile about easy wins. We need to have difficult decisions on difficult topics. And to his credit, he's gone away and thought about it and come up with these solutions. Something about the government will actually serve as the guarantor for new building developments for a certain number of properties. And I think that's a good start. It's something. It's something at least. Like I always say, it's better to have something rather than nothing when you can't have everything. And those with knowledge will be able to know what that means. But it's just better to have a little bit of something rather than just be left with nothing when you can't have it all, And this is something that I've learned from Gujarati businessmen, who are in some ways the finest businessmen and traders and merchants in the world. When someone comes into your shop, and there's a shop down the road and they can buy the same good, would you rather them go down the road and buy that good, or would you rather sell it to them at maybe a slightly lower price? You're not getting the full price, but you're getting something, and you're also keeping money out of the hands of the other merchant or shopkeeper. Like, for example, if you're buying a loaf of bread and it's $5 at both shops, if you come into my shop, I might give it to you for $4. If you have equal opportunities and equal choices in two stores, take it for $4. It's better you come and give me something rather than nothing, And that's definitely something I've learned from a Gujarati business people over the years. Lovely. Just happy once again to be able to voice these things with you. These are topics of conversation that people have in the back of their minds, and we're addressing it from a uniquely Aussie and Indian perspective. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're about. I'm proud to be hosting this wonderful podcast with you. We have great reach. We're reaching out further. And most importantly, the goal here is to be involved in the public discourse. We want to be, I feel I will be one of the generational leaders and generational voices. And I'm not saying that out of an ego boost. Really, what happens to me from here doesn't really matter. But I feel that every person in this world, as a matter of of fulfilling their life destiny and life and maximizing their life energy. Every person in this world should have the courage to go out and do what they feel is closest to what their soul is supposed to do, and I'm doing that now. I've enjoyed working in in different countries and living in different cities. I've enjoyed learning from different people, and this is content that's an amalgamation of me being someone of Indian origin, a proud Aussie lad, and someone who's got varied experiences. I think I've got a unique perspective that many people out there delivering content don't have, and I'm voicing it and articulating it in a way that's enjoyable and hopefully useful and entertaining for people there. So thank you once again. So that will conclude another episode for us here. Thank you all kindly. I hope there's something for you to really take away and go home with and keep moving with. Maybe you're listening to this on one of those amazing long walks that I suggest to people. There's nothing like a good long walk along the harbor. It's really one of the treasures and one of the simple joys in life that can't be really bought. And it can be enjoyed by one and all. So go for it. Go for your dreams. Do well in your work. It's not. Sometimes you're not always going to be in your dream job or in your dream situation. But whatever you're doing, do what you need to do. And I'm wishing you well. And let's keep going. Thanks kindly.